Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. And today is one of those days where you can just feel it in the air. Something special is happening. Something different. Because what we're witnessing might be the beginning of a whole new chapter in Detroit Lions history. No exaggeration. This could be a turning point. The 2025 NFL Draft is officially underway, and while most of the league is still processing the chaos of day one move has already begun to dominate every conversation, every headline, and every social media feed in Detroit and beyond. And yes, we're talking about JALON Walker. He's not just a prospect anymore. He's not just a maybe. He's not part of a mock draft anymore. JALON Walker is officially a Detroit Lion. Let that sink in. Detroit made the bold, aggressive move that many fans were hoping for, but few truly expected. They orchestrated a draft day trade with the San Francisco 49ers, sending picks number 28 and number 60 in exchange for the number 11 overall selection and an additional third-rounder at number 75. And with that number 11 pick, Brad Holmes and company selected JALON Walker, the electric high-motor edge from Georgia. And Lions fans, they've been buzzing ever since. Now let's talk about why this move is more than just a headline. Why it could be one of the smartest, most impactful decisions this franchise has made in years. JALON Walker is not your average college pass rusher. He's not a boom or bust gamble. He's not some raw, developmental project that might pan out 3 years from now. He is, by all accounts, ready. Ready to step in. Ready to contribute. Ready to disrupt. Standing at 6'2" and around 245 pounds, Walker combines elite speed with violent hands, explosive burst off the edge, and a rare level of football IQ for a player his age. He doesn't just attack quarterbacks, he hunts them. He diagnoses plays with quick instincts, flows sideline to sideline with range, and has the kind of motor that never quits. Never. Watch any Georgia game from 2024, and you'll see it. He plays with a sense of urgency, like every down matters, like every rep is personal. In his final season with the Bulldogs, Walker racked up 6.5 sacks, 10.5 tackles for loss, and was named the winner of the prestigious Butkus Award, given to the best linebacker in the nation. That's not a fluke. That's not hype. That's production. Real, tangible, relentless production against top-tier SEC competition. Pro Football Focus graded him with an 83.6 pass rush rating, highlighting just how disruptive he was, especially on obvious passing downs. But it's not just about sacks. Watch the film, and you'll see a player who draws attention, who demands double teams, who forces quarterbacks off their spot and ruins offensive game plans. He doesn't just play defense. He tilts the field. Now picture this. JALON Walker lining up on the right edge, and Hutchinson screaming off the left. That's not just exciting. That's terrifying if you're an opposing quarterback, that is. Because suddenly you can't slide protections one way. You can't chip Hutchinson and forget about the other side. Because the other side is now manned by a guy who plays like he was born to be in the backfield. For the past 2 years, Hutchinson has carried this defensive front. He's taken on double teams, absorbed hits, battled through adversity, and still produced at a Pro Bowl level. But what has Detroit been missing? A consistent, explosive counterpart. Someone who could force offenses to pay for overcommitting to Hutchinson. Now they have that. Now they have Walker. This pairing isn't just a luxury. It's a strategic shift. It means the Lions can now unleash pressure from both edges, collapse pockets with speed and power, and dictate the pace of games in a way they simply couldn't before. It means third and longs are no longer situations where fans hold their breath. They're now moments of opportunity. And it doesn't stop with pass rushing. JALON Walker is an incredibly disciplined run defender. He sets the edge with power, sheds blocks, and has the awareness to diagnose screens, counters, and zone runs before they even develop. He's the kind of player who reads keys like a veteran. His tape is filled with plays where he beats the block, wraps up the ball carrier, and sets the tone on first down. That matters. That's the kind of play that wins in December. That travels in the playoffs. Now, you might be wondering, was the price too high? Sure, the Lions gave up pick number 60. That's a valuable selection. It could have been a cornerback, a receiver, or a depth piece for the offensive line. But let me ask you this. How often do you get a chance to add a potential Pro Bowl edge to your roster, still on a rookie contract, still developing, and already this good? You don't pass that up. Because this is more than just roster building. This is about building a culture, a brand of football, a defense that's not just reactive, but aggressive. That attacks. That imposes its will. And Walker fits that vision like a glove. Fans across Detroit are already envisioning what this front seven will look like. Ala McNeil plugging up the middle. Jack Campbell flying around at linebacker. Brian Branch doing his hybrid thing in the secondary. And now, Walker. Heat. Yes. Some insiders are even whispering something that might have sounded crazy a year ago. Could the Lions lead the league in sacks this season? It's not out of the question. Not with this roster. Not with this defensive line coach. Not with the culture Dan Campbell has instilled. This team is hungry, physical, ruthless, and now more dangerous than ever. Walker's arrival also sends a message to the rest of the NFC North. Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, Kirk Cousins, whoever it is under center, you're on notice. The Lions aren't here to compete. They're here to conquer. They're here to dictate terms. And they're not waiting. The future is now. And let's not forget, the city of Detroit has waited decades for a team like this. For a defense that intimidates. For a roster that looks the part. Jalen Walker isn't just a pick. He's a statement. He's the kind of draft choice that tells fans, we're serious about winning. And we're not afraid to take big swings to make it happen. But what do you think about all of this? Are you excited to see Jalen Walker terrorizing quarterbacks at Ford Field next to Aiden Hutchinson? Do you think this duo could become one of the most feared pass-rushing tandems in the NFL? Or do you worry that the Lions gave up too much to get him? Was this move brilliant or risky? As for me, I couldn't be more hyped. I think this is exactly the kind of aggressive move that separates contenders from pretenders. I think Walker is the perfect addition to this roster, and I believe we're about to witness the birth of a dominant Detroit defense, one that could carry this team deep into the postseason. Maybe even farther than that. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Draft week is just getting started, and if this move tells us anything, it's that the Lions aren't done yet. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Lions.